Okay, PHL504 Philosophy of Art by with a Glenn Parsons. That was my professor. I took this in my first semester of the second year during the fall season, and it's a really interesting course. The criteria covered is very interesting. I ended with a B minus though. I always get B's in university. Like I never get A's anymore. Like I was an A student like partially back in like high school, but like now A's are like something that are like beyond my reach that I can't get anymore because like of how hard university is nowadays, or just how hard university is in general. PHL 504 is a really good course. The criteria or the content is it's pretty succinct. It's it's a 504 course, so it's pretty hard. I mean, I got a D on my essay. I probably shouldn't have done it at the last minute, but I got a D on my essay because it wasn't that good. And it's a 2,000 word essay, so I guess I'll tell you guys the criteria now. The criteria is it's an if I remember correctly, it's a midterm, an essay, and a final exam, along with quizzes. So I think it's about four things. It might have been two essays, but I'm not too sure. But I'm pretty sure it was one essay. So it's one essay, two tests, and quizzes alongside all of that, for a total of 100%. Uh, the class there was a lot of people in the course actually. Like it was a filled classroom, and there weren't much dropouts over the season of the course. But the criteria is good, as I mentioned. You learn about the philosophy of art. You learn about like one thing you learned about 1 week was the truth aspect in art, like what is real and what is truthfully like an art piece and what it's not, and that ties into like the use of AI and how AI making art is it even considered real art or not, and I can't really remember much because I took this like almost a year ago, basically, but it's nothing. I thought it was gonna be like a really hard course because it's a 504 course, so it's like 500 tier, but like the essay was pretty hard, so I guess there's that. And but the tests weren't too hard necessarily. Like if as long as you put in work into the readings, you'll get an average mark like I did. So it's nothing too like hectic or stressful. I think with every course, honestly, as long as you do the readings every week, you'll be fine. In terms of passing, if that's your goal. Again, like getting an A nowadays is like almost near impossible because like especially in like a humanities program, like it's everything's subjective, right? Everything is like written, and when you do what the prompt tells you to do, you're supposed to go above and beyond the prompt, and to get an A. But like, who does that? Like, I'm just here to follow the rules and instructions and get the full marks based off of that. Like I don't want to do more than is necessarily needed to, which is actually funny, which is ironic because doing more than you needed to is doing excessive work is one of the tenets that you shouldn't be doing. They shouldn't do in some of the courses we learned, like in another course, ACS 210, which I'll cover in another video. It tells you to not. One of the weeks was about religious. It was about Christian, I think, Christian beliefs, Christian faith, and there's also another one where it was like ancient like Mediterranean thought or something, and it says not to do excessive work than is needed to. So I don't understand how A's are even like a thing nowadays, compared to the fact that the Lord wants you not to do excessive work, so to speak. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But that's just like ironic in my opinion. But yeah. Anyways, back. I digress. PHL 504. The criteria is really good. Overall course rate, I'd give it a. Honestly, I don't think I've been in university long enough to properly rate this course. Like if I finished my third year or fourth year, I think I could rate this course properly because of like my mindset towards courses and whatnot. But I'd give this course a rating of usually I rate my courses what grade I've gotten from them. So I'd rate this course like I'd rate it like a B, maybe a B or B minus. I don't think I see it giving me. I don't think I see me giving it an A because like the as much as I like as much as I wanted to know about philosophy of art, I kind of got let down in terms of what we were actually learning because the criteria is so rigid, or it's like it's not what I was expecting, honestly. Like the I thought we would learn about like spatial dimensions, or like the philosophy of like how art ties into maybe society or something. But it's like half of the content was about like truth in art, or like the truth of art and art pieces and what they mean. But like I don't know, it's very like take it or leave it. It's a very take it or leave it course. I'd say like if I would take it again, I probably wouldn't. I think this is like a good one time experience course. Not even that. It's like a good half time experience course. Half 0.5 experience instead of one time experience course. Like I think if they just made the criteria a little bit more interesting, like it was interesting, like not to deny, but if they just made it a little bit more like to my liking, which is kind of like asshole-ish of me to say, but if they made it like a bit more to my liking, then I think I would have given it a higher, better judgment of the course than I do or than I have already. But yeah, yeah. Another week we learned about like horror in art, which is like so different. Which is like the philosophy of horror as a subject in relation to art is so like not comparable. Like the philosophy of horror as in like in movies as an art making subject, I think it just goes too hard to try and find something to connect the course to with something, with an application to like the philosophy of art. Like why couldn't they just made the philosophy of art closer to like actual art pieces like this one, like the philosophy of color, or like well, in relation to art, or like something more like that, or like a philosophy of shapes in relation to art, shapes in art. Like I wanted to learn about like the fundamentals of art, and I thought philosophy would like would like do that. The philosophy of art class would do that, but I don't know. So I kind of got let down in that regard. Yeah. PHL504. It's a higher tier course, so you should have taken it. You should take it in like the third or fourth year of your studies. I took it in my first ish. No, I took it in my second year because I had my I wanted to do like a. I just wanted to do it because it was an interesting subject to take on. So don't get too what's the word? Don't get too don't be too dismayed by the number of the course, because it's nothing too hard. Like I mean, if I can get a B minus in it at the end, then you can probably get like a B plus in it, because like I'm not that smart compared to you guys, obviously. So there's that. Yeah. So I think just overall, in conclusion, the the course is like it's a good course. I wouldn't take it again. It's a good experience to have. The course it's a good half experience, as I said. It's not a good full experience. It's a good half experience, and yeah. So just keep in mind that it's very reading heavy as well, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem if you're like already like in the years in the leagues of university, as you already know like how it works, how it goes. But I think everyone wants to find nice and easy classes to do. Like they don't want hard classes that are just boring you with reading material, which it kind of did. But I did do the readings, and I did try my best, honestly. I just should have done better on the essay because I don't know. I probably picked a bad topic, the horror. I chose horror for my essay topic, which is like, as I already complained about, is so like off of the philosophy field, in my opinion. Like if it was about if this was like philosophy of film, then maybe horror. But then I know everything ties into art anyways, and like filmmaking and all that. But if they just found better material to do, like I think I would have been more interested in it. Like AI as well. Like these topics, they're so minimal in my opinion to the greater philosophy of art whole. Like if they talked about things bigger and simpler, like as I mentioned, like the philosophy of shapes, or like the philosophy of color and line and spacing, or like like the philosophy of geometry or something in art, like something like that. I don't know, but yeah, that's about it. So PHL 504, what do you guys think? Or if you want to take it, keep in mind what I said. And with Glenn Parsons, Glenn. Oh yeah, I should have talked about the professor too. Uh, the professor, Professor Parsons, or however people say professors' names. I just say professor. The professor is a really good professor. He's very kind, very nice, very he's interested in the topics as well. Like I read his like uh minority report. You know, like I read his thing on like what he does and what he likes, and he's interested in like the philosophy of art as well. Like that's why he teaches it. So it's a professor that actually likes what he teaches. If there are any professors that don't like what they teach, so he's a good professor. So take him if you have any option to. Take philosophy of art if you want a if you're truly interested in the philosophy of art or in philosophy and art in combination, you should take this course. But don't be too like ready. Don't be too man. I can't find any words nowadays. Don't be too don't be too don't be too surprised when this course lets you down, because it's not what I expected. So it might not be what you expect either. Try to just see the best of the course if you do take it. Like honestly, you should take it if you already have an interest in philosophy and art, or if you're interested in taking the course, just take it. But don't be too surprised if it lets you down in regards to its material and whatnot. Yeah.